Hello everyone. In continuation with the Fourier series, we'll be going ahead with the half-range cosine Fourier series. So this is the part 1. Again the parts have been divided based on the different type of questions or the function is given to us. Okay, find the half-range cosine series of the function where f of x is x in the interval 0 to pi by 2 and it is pi minus x in the interval pi by 2 to pi. So if you'll observe here, the interval has been given to me. The interval has been given to us as 0 to pi. That means what? This particular function f of x is a function or with the period 2 pi, right? Because here the value of L is equals to pi. If the value of L is equals to pi, then we have seen in the last session that this is f of x is a0 plus summation of a n cos of n pi x by L, and this L is nothing but pi in the present question. So if it is so, then L will go off and I'll remain here with the function f of x as a0 plus summation of a n cos of nx. N is moving from 1 to infinity. So this L will move out from this angle and this will become cos of nx. So this becomes the Fourier series expansion, half range Fourier cosine series expansion for this particular function in the interval 0 to pi. Okay, now we have to go ahead to find out a0 and an. So a0 is 1 by L integration 0 to L f of x dx. We have seen that L is equals to pi and therefore a0 is equals to 1 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x dx, and therefore it's 1 by pi. Then just the function has been divided into two, 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi. Therefore we have just written that 0 to pi by 2 to pi, the corresponding function values, and then the x, this function x will give me the integration x square by 2, integration from 0 to pi by 2, and pi minus x would give us pi x minus x square by 2 from pi by 2 to pi, and therefore just by putting the upper limit and the lower limit of this particular functions, we are going to get it as, after simplification, we are going to get it as pi by 4. Just take a pause here, put it everything on your own, check the function, check the output here, or you can say the value of a0. Then an becomes here 2 by L integration 0 to L f of x cos of n pi x by L. So this becomes here an is equals to 2 by pi integration 0 to pi f of x cos of nx dx, and therefore it's 2 by pi integration from 0 to pi by 2 x cos of nx dx plus integration pi by 2 to pi minus x cos of nx dx, right? So that means what we have got it here, two integrals. So one integral, this 0 to pi has been divided into 0 to pi by 2 and pi by 2 to pi. Therefore the next would give us, so that means what I have got to have the x into cos of nx function, so it will move for LIAT rule, and this is x as first, cos of nx as the second, then first function as it is into integration of the second, that is cos of nx, integration would give me sine of nx upon n, minus, now this is not first, this is not second, this would be my first, this would be my second, and the differentiation of first function here as 1, and integration of the second sine of nx upon n would give me minus of cos of nx upon n square 0 to pi by 2. Now let me just explain you here this, what will happen whenever my x will move to 0. So sine of nx will move to 0 when x is equals to 0. What will happen with pi by 2? It will not move to 0 because it's sine of n pi by 2. So sine n pi by 2 will move to 0 according to the value of n, right? And similarly this cos of n pi by 2 will also move for the 0 or plus 1 or minus 1 according to the value of small n. Similarly this n pi minus x and cos of nx, first function, second function, this is not the first, this is not the second, differentiation of the first, integration of the second, this will give again this would give me from the limit pi by 2 to pi. Now if you observe in this particular limit, again this sine of nx will move to 0 for x is equals to pi, because pi by 2, as I have argued here for this pi by 2, the same thing will happen here, and therefore yeah, sine of n pi and sine of 0 is equals to 0. That is what we have discussed here. And then this would happen as pi by 2 sine of n pi by 2 by 2 sine of n pi by 2 by n plus so on. So just you have to put the upper limit and the lower limit, upper limit minus the lower limit. So So these are the expansions. And then if you'll observe, this cos of 0 is 1, cos of n pi is minus 1 to the power n. And if you'll just go on solve this particular thing. Now if you'll observe, we do not get any sine term here, because if you'll observe pi by 2 sine n pi by 2 by n, and here it is minus pi by 2 sine n pi by 2 by 2 by n. So this is plus, and this will minus will cancel each other, right? And similarly, this cos of n pi is minus 1 to the power n, and this cos of n pi by 2 divided by n square, and this cos, so that will get added over here, and this cos of 0 upon n square will give me this term. So this is what we have got it as the value of an. Now so this is the Fourier series, half range Fourier cosine series. F of x is a0 plus summation of an cos of nx. So if I just put the value of a0 and an, we are going to get this series, right? Now you can leave the answer here, but most of the time we have been given the deduction part, so that time it is very good for us also to understand what value of x should move for this particular thing, for this particular series. And therefore, if I will put n equals to 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3 and so on, I'm going to get this type of series. Now if you'll observe here, it is 2 square, it is n square, 2 square n square. So if you'll observe here, this is when I'm going for n equals to 1. What will happen when I'm going to n equals to 1? It will give me here, if you'll observe n equals to 1 here, cos of pi by 2, right? So you can say that this is a one switch over here, that is cos n pi by 2. It will move to plus 1 or minus 1, or it will move to 0 according to the value of n, right? And therefore I'm going to get cos of n pi by 2 as 3 different values, that is plus 1, minus 1, and might be the 0 value, right? Now the 0 value will move from this particular function, that is cos of pi by 2, which is equals to cos of 3 pi by 2, which is equals to cos of 5 pi by 2, and so on, is equals to 0, right? And that means what I could say, that when I am getting n equals to 1, n equals to 3, n equals to 5 and so on, I'm going to get this particular entire term equals to 0. Okay, so that means for n equals to 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on, odd numbers, I'm going to get this cos of n pi by 2 by n pi by 2 will move to 0. This will not matter a lot, because it is like minus 1 minus 1 to the power n. Either it will move to minus 1 plus 1 will move to 0, or minus 1 minus 1 will move to minus of 2. And therefore this is cos of 2x, cos of 6x and so on. So this is what we are going to get. And this is just a simplification of this particular function, that's all. So this is what we have to think about, and we have to define this particular simplification of this particular function. Yeah, and this is a self-observation slide wherein I have given you to find out the cosine, half-range cosine series with the very simple examples like x and pi minus x, which is already we have solved it in one example. This is just for your practice sake, I have given you as a self-observation slide. Yeah, this is from my side from the part 1 half-range Fourier cosine series. Thank you. Happy learning.